One opening night, we're playing in New Jersey, and you know, everyone's all jacked up for opening night and getting ready for the game, and KC's given us our motivational speech to go out on the court and get ready, start the season off on the right foot. And Larry's underneath the trainer's tape table, tying KC's shoestrings together. KC's giving us the speech, everyone's laughing inside, can't even concentrate on the game. You know, he was a fun guy to play with, obviously.
We were going on the road, and Larry used to like to have a little bit of fun, like we all did. We were all young. We'd go have a few beers after the game and stuff. And so Larry decided on this road trip that he wasn't gonna drink, wasn't gonna go out, was gonna go to bed early, was gonna take care of himself, and have a great road trip. He went out. He was about 3 or 4 days into this. We play our game. We play in Golden State. He goes 0 for 8. First time I ever saw him go 0 for 8. He walked in the locker room, and we're all just going like, you know, we'd never seen Larry go 0 for 8 like that. And Larry goes, that's it. He goes, I can't hang out with Chris Ford. Going to bed's not good for you. So we stayed out pretty late that night. And the next night he had about 38 in Portland.
One time we were all getting on the plane, and I didn't know Larry wasn't going to play. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for Larry to come in onto the plane. And you know, Dave walks by and I go, well, Dave, where's Larry? And he goes, oh, he's not coming. I go, well, I'm getting off. He goes, well, what do you mean? I said, well, this plane's going down for sure. And he goes, well, and I said, the sad thing about it is tomorrow's headlines are going to read, Bird lives.
I can remember the night he and I and Doug, we went out to Rush Street, and as you said, we had a couple beers, maybe a few too many, because the Chicago cheerleading staff happened to be in the bar that we were at, and they kept sending us a few beers, and before we knew it, it was late at night, and we had a few too many. We got in a cab, and they got us back to the hotel, and about 6 hours later, we had to be up because we were playing a 12 o'clock game that afternoon, and we get to the arena, and you know, we're still a little tired, and matter of fact, Larry fell asleep on the taping table to get a little nap before the game. So we go out, and Larry takes his first shot. He misses everything. And I'm going, oh, Lordy, Bill Fitch is going to be all over me, because he knew he was with me. And Robert Parrish picks up 3 quick fouls. So that means I got to go into the game and play a bunch of minutes that night. We ended up winning the game and winning the series against Chicago. Bird had, like you said, around 40 points. And as we're walking off the floor, I can remember this. Larry looked over at those cheerleaders, said, thanks a lot for those beers last night.
The doors had probably just opened to the arena. And these 2 guys walk around the corner. Our locker room wasn't well marked, so they probably thought they were just going into a restroom or probably just walking around seeing what they could find. They happened to walk into our locker room, and I could tell when they first walked around the corner that they were just like shocked that they were in the Celtic locker room all of a sudden. And Larry, as soon as he sees them and he knows they're not supposed to be there, he says, oh, hi guys, come on in. And he invites them in the locker room, invites them to have some popcorn. You know, the ball boys had already got some popcorn in there, and these guys were just like shell-shocked, you know, that they walked into the place, and now Bird's making them stay in there, and they're like scared to death. And so he makes them sit down by his locker, and he gets them some popcorn. You guys need anything to drink? We got some beer back here for after the game, or Coke or pop, whatever you need. And then after every player would come in, Larry would introduce these guys to the player. And these guys, after a while, you know, they just started eating this stuff up. Casey Jones walks in the locker room. Casey, come over and meet my friends, my long-lost buddies. And it was just hilarious. I just always wondered after that night what happened to those guys, how many people they told that story to, and how many people believed it.
We was in Philadelphia, and it was around Christmas time, and, you know, the people dressing up like Santa Claus. They had like 4 or 5 of them sitting in one row. The game's going on, and they take me out of the game. We're sitting there. And I look over there, and there's these 4 Santa Claus getting in a fight, and these guys are pounding these Santa Clauses, and I'm sitting there going, holy cow. I said, what does all these kids think about this? You know, sitting in the stands, and they look down there, 4-year-old kids, hey, Mommy, there's Santa Claus, and all of a sudden you see him in a fist fight with some guy behind him. That was probably the most startling thing I've ever seen in my entire career.